Hey Goop, it's Crazy Horse 6. I bring you bad, but not unexpected news. I also bring you tidings of hope. For the past couple of days, it has become apparent that FBZ deceived the server when they insisted on keeping the presidency so that SATA would have the best buff to help us during soil wars. I say deceive the server with air quotes with a significant amount of sarcasm, since many of us knew this to be a ploy but could not convince others to fight at the time. FBZ is taking advantage of the transfer surge event to stack their alliance with additional players, as well as use excess incoming transfers to stock a sister alliance that they can use to promote from. We can see this. The evidence is here by the number of approved players, most all from a single other alliance. And we can see they've already filled up all the top spots. Multiple players have contacted AxU and other alliances on 797 asking to transfer to us, and none will be approved. It has also come to light recently that FBZ does not plan to share land with any other NAP alliance during Season 3, but intends to take the best lands for itself by force. Not only do we see this as a breach of general fairness and justice, we see it ultimately resulting in a weak server that is unable to defend itself against outside attacks. FBZ has decided that they're the most important alliance in the server because they have one person who cannot be defeated, at least by anyone on this server. FBZ will find out that by themselves, they will turn 797 into the laughingstock of the war zone. Since learning this, AxU leadership has had three options. One, we can stay and fight and likely lose, especially as we've learned that FBZ is bringing in another whale similar to SATA. And after losing, just decide not to participate in capital wars and potentially have FBZ cut off our capital bus for non-participation, leaving us all to languish on the server in slow growth mode with low value lands. Two, we could attempt to merge with AAO and hope our combined power could overcome FBZ. We pursued this potential of a merger swap where the most active players from each alliance merge and the more casual players from each merge. This would have likely resulted in the same circumstances as option 1. Or option 3, find a new server that could take the majority of us now into an alliance with a gift level and tech tree similar to our own that had peace and relative parity and would allow us to continue to play together without the frustrations that have plagued us, predominantly caused by a single petulant child whose parents never told her no and created an emotionally stunted control freak with a victim mentality. It would take me a long time to fully describe the amount of work that has gone into this in a very short amount of time. Q's and Infidel have used their vast networks and have negotiated some extremely favorable circumstances for our alliance. In short, we have found an alliance in 788 that can take 50 or more of our most active and competitive players now. There are other alliances on the server that will accommodate anyone else who wants to move as well. We actually faced them in soil wars and they fought very well together, but were plagued with the same low participation rate that we have been plagued with throughout Season 2. They have also promised us 5 R4 slots and a potential name change to reflect our new composition. We feel this is especially generous and will allow us to preserve much of the culture and camaraderie that we have built here while allowing us to make new friends and connections there. If we look through their server, we can do this now. Go to their total hero power. And if we ignore their whale, who is leaving with the transfer surge, I'm really happy to see a lot of parity. This parity will force teamwork and cooperation and not allow a single alliance to dominate the others. Unfortunately, only one elite level player can transfer to a server each season, and we have 2. TJ and Samba. One will come with us, one will stay behind for Season 3 and can join us during the next transfer surge. This is also an option for anyone else on the fence. You can remain here for Season 3 and transfer after next season in about 60 days. We want to be clear that this decision was exceptionally difficult. However, we recognize that nearly all of the frustration and issues we've had with players lashing out, friends of ours who have gotten blacklisted because they decided to break NAP, it was all because of the sense of injustice created by one player. I encourage all of you to put in your end of season surveys that it would be a lot easier if we could just pay $10 to vote a player off the server rather than move an entire alliance to avoid that one person. But unfortunately, that feature hasn't been developed yet. Blame Peanut. If you're in with a move, message Q's directly to let him know. He will confirm for you to apply to the proper server. You will have to buy 50 transfer tickets, which are $10 total. You get that by Season 2, Transfer Surge, and in the lower right-hand corner, you can purchase the 50 tickets needed. Once that is complete, you can apply to the server. If you are interested in moving after Season 3, you can purchase 3 per week from the Alliance store. Show you that here. For free. We will need to move quickly as time is limited to lock-in transfers. This is not exactly how we expected things to go into Season 3. I had not even researched the Surge event until today because it was so far removed from anything I was considering. However, I'm grateful that we learned about FBZ's intentions early enough to react while there were better options on the table. I truly hope each and every one of you will strongly consider moving over to 788 with us. Let us restart over there with a server that has good parity, good cooperation, and has had peace amongst all the alliances for all the seasons they've been around. I think we will find a night and day difference between the everyday troubles that we have here versus over there. Thanks, and as always, reach out with any questions.